Welcome to the channel. Today we dive into the fascinating journey of how Europe came to be. Europe's story begins billions of years ago with the formation of the Earth itself. Amidst the swirling gases and molten rock, our planet's crust began to cool and solidify, giving birth to the continents we know today. One of these early continents was the supercontinent Pangaea, an immense landmass that encompassed what is now Europe, along with all the other continents. This was a world unrecognizable to us, a world dominated by primitive plants and creatures, where the land that would become Europe was just a part of a much greater whole. As millions of years passed, the relentless forces of nature began to reshape the Earth. The supercontinent Pangaea slowly broke apart due to the movement of tectonic plates, a process known as continental drift. This monumental shift gave birth to a separate landmass, a fragment of the old world that would eventually become Europe. Europe's present shape, however, would not come into being until after the end of the last ice age, around 10,000 years ago. The massive glaciers that once covered the continent receded, carving out the landscapes we recognize today. The British Isles separated from the mainland, the Scandinavian peninsula took its distinctive hook shape, and the Mediterranean Sea, cradle of many ancient civilizations, formed from a vast inland sea. From the Ural Mountains in the east to the Atlantic Ocean in the west, from the icy Arctic Circle to the warm Mediterranean, Europe's diverse landscapes were born out of these cataclysmic events. Each mountain range, each river, each coastline tells a tale of the Earth's geological past, a tale of creation and transformation spanning billions of years. From a landmass within a supercontinent to an entity of its own, Europe's geographical journey is only the start. As we delve deeper into Europe's history, we will discover that the shaping of this continent is not only a story of geology, but also a story of the people who have lived, thrived, and changed this land through the ages. Stay tuned for the next chapter in our exploration of Europe's rich and complex history. Having explored Europe's geographical formation, let's now delve into the cradle of its civilization. Our journey begins around 4,000 years ago, with the rise of the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete. Known for their vibrant frescoes and intricate palace complexes, the Minoans were a society deeply connected to the sea. Their maritime prowess was not only crucial for trade, but also for the spread of their influence across the Mediterranean. From the ashes of the Minoan civilization emerged another, one that would shape the course of human history: ancient Greece. A constellation of city-states, each with its own distinct identity, ancient Greece was a hotbed of intellectual and cultural progress. From democracy in Athens to the warrior culture of Sparta, the Greeks brought forth ideas that still resonate today. They were pioneers in fields such as philosophy, mathematics, and theatre, leaving behind a legacy that continues to influence Western thought and culture. Yet the flame of Greek civilization would eventually be overshadowed by another rising power: Rome. Beginning as a small city-state, Rome expanded its reach to encompass much of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. The Roman Empire, with its advanced infrastructure, legal system, and military organization, served as a blueprint for future empires. Latin, the language of the Romans, gave birth to the Romance languages and significantly influenced the English language. Rome wasn't just a political and military power, it was also a cultural melting pot. From the grand spectacles of the Colosseum to the spiritual rites of the Pantheon, Roman society was rich in tradition and spectacle. They absorbed and adapted the best of Greek culture, ensuring its preservation and propagation. These ancient civilizations, the Minoans, the Greeks, and the Romans, each contributed uniquely to the tapestry of European history. They pioneered advancements in art, philosophy, governance, and science, shaping the cultural, political, and intellectual contours of the continent. From the labyrinthine palaces of Crete to the philosophical debates of Athens, from the grandeur of Rome to its far-reaching roads, these civilizations laid the groundwork for Europe as we know it. As the Roman Empire fell, Europe entered a new era, the Middle Ages, a time of feudalism, chivalry, and the bubonic plague. This period, stretching from the 5th to the 15th century, was anything but dull. The Middle Ages were marked by the rise and fall of kingdoms, the spread of Christianity, and the infamous Crusades. The Crusades, a series of holy wars sanctioned by the Latin Church, were a significant event of this era. They not only led to a clash of civilizations, but also to a cultural and economic exchange between the East and the West. The Middle Ages also saw the rise of feudalism, a hierarchical system where the nobility held lands from the crown in exchange for military service. The peasants or serfs worked the land to receive protection from the nobility. This system of governance, though oppressive, kept societies intact during a time of frequent wars and invasions. But as the Middle Ages drew to a close, a new era dawned. The Renaissance, a period from the 14th to the 17th century, brought about a cultural and scientific revolution. This was a time when curiosity bloomed, and the world was viewed not just through the lens of faith, but also reason and inquiry. The Renaissance saw the rise of humanism, an intellectual movement that emphasized the importance of human beings, their capacities and achievements. This period also saw the birth of some of the world's most iconic artists and thinkers, including Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Galileo Galilei. Their contributions to art, science, and philosophy continue to influence our world to this day. Moreover, the Renaissance was a time of exploration. Christopher Columbus's voyage to the New World in 1492 marked the beginning of a new age of discovery, forever altering the course of history. The Middle Ages and the Renaissance were periods of great change, shaping the Europe we recognize today. So as we delve deeper into the story of Europe, let's remember these eras as times of transformation, from feudal societies to the birth of the modern world. From the Age of Enlightenment to the World Wars, modern Europe has seen dramatic shifts. This era marked a period of intellectual and philosophical development, igniting a spark of revolutionary ideas across the continent. The Age of Enlightenment, spanning the 17th to the 19th centuries, was a time when thinkers, philosophers, and scholars began to challenge traditional norms, question authority, and emphasize reason over superstition. One of the most significant events during this era was the French Revolution, a tumultuous period from 1789 to 1799. The Revolution was a movement for political and social change in France that dramatically altered the country's political structure and the course of modern history. It was the birthplace of ideals like liberty, equality, and fraternity, concepts that continue to shape the political landscape of Europe. From here, we traverse to the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. This period, beginning in the late 18th century, was characterized by rapid industrial growth and technological advancements. It revolutionized the agricultural societies of Europe into industrial powerhouses and brought about significant economic and social changes. The 20th century, however, was a time of great turmoil and conflict. The outbreak of the two world wars had a profound impact on Europe. These devastating wars brought about significant changes in political power, societal structures, and economic systems across the continent. The aftermath of the wars led to the reshaping of borders and the emergence of new nations. In the ashes of the Second World War, the idea of a united Europe began to take shape. The formation of the European Union in 1993 was a significant milestone in Europe's history. It was a testament to the continent's resilience and desire for peace, stability, and shared prosperity. These events, from the Age of Enlightenment to the formation of the European Union, have left an indelible mark on the history of Europe. These events have shaped the Europe we know and live in today. They have shaped the continent's political, social, and economic landscape and continue to influence the course of its future. Today, Europe stands as a testament to its rich and varied history. An amalgamation of diverse nations, each with their own unique culture, language, and history, Europe is a vibrant tapestry of human civilization. From the northern fjords of Norway to the sun-dappled shores of Greece, from the bustling cities of London and Paris to the quiet villages of rural Hungary, Europe is a continent of contrast and unity. Politically, Europe is a mixture of democracies, republics, and constitutional monarchies. The European Union, an unprecedented experiment in international cooperation, continues to navigate the challenges and triumphs of unifying 27 member countries. Despite occasional disagreements and crises, the EU remains a powerful symbol of peace and unity, a beacon of hope in an often turbulent world. Economically, Europe is a powerhouse. Home to some of the world's largest and most influential economies, the continent is a driving force in global finance, trade, and innovation. From the high-end fashion houses of Italy and France to the cutting-edge tech companies in Germany and Sweden, Europe is a hub of creativity and industry. Culturally, Europe is a treasure trove of art, music, literature, and philosophy. The birthplace of the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, and countless artistic movements, Europe's cultural impact is felt worldwide. Its cities are filled with world-class museums, theaters, and concert halls, and its streets echo with the languages of dozens of different nations. As we look to the future, Europe faces many challenges: climate change, demographic shifts, political uncertainty. But it also holds immense promise. The continent is at the forefront of technological and scientific innovation, from renewable energy to artificial intelligence. And perhaps most importantly, Europe's commitment to human rights, democracy, and international cooperation continues to shine brightly. From its geographical birth to the present day, Europe's journey is a compelling narrative of transformation and resilience. It is a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity, a story of triumph over adversity, and a beacon of hope for the future. As we continue to navigate the complexities of the 21st century, Europe's past, present, and future remain an essential part of our shared global narrative.